Right, before we start, guys, I have joined Rumble, Parler, and various other social media sites in recent times. You guys can support me over there if you've not already. They will be linked down below as always. But onto the video. For once this year, I am actually supporting something the government is doing. I know that is shocking, but when something is done right, it needs to be pointed out. Just like when they do something wrong, which is most of the time at this point. The good thing about supporting no political party is I can call them out without fear or favour if they do something wrong and praise them for doing something right. A bit like supporting the government getting a real Brexit, but obviously I'll be against them selling us out with Brexit in name only, much like I will always be against the fact that they have gone full Kim Jong-un in recent months, destroying our freedoms. Some may not like me calling them out, but the truth is what matters, along with the British people's right to freedom. England is the mother of the free, not the mother of the subjugated sheeple. Everyone needs to remember that basic fact. Now, this semi-good news that we have here is relating to the foreign aid budget, which has now been cut from 0.7% to 0.5%. So, not especially great news, but this year we will take it. I'm sure you are all like me when it comes to this aid budget. Sod taking a little bit off the top, we should scrap the whole thing altogether. For as long as the money could be used in the UK by the people here, there is no justification for sending any money abroad. And let's be honest, an argument can be made that even if we can't use it here right now, we should still not be sending it around the world. This is common sense, but the government lack common sense and the political elite have vested interests when it comes to our foreign aid money and our money in general. Boris Johnson this year has shown us he's as corrupt as any tin pot third world dictator, sending billions of pounds to his mates with all these Rona contracts, offered out without competitive tender or any sort of scrutiny when it comes to value. For instance, we paid £650 per face mask at one point. Reports also claim they did not work, but that is small fry when you consider they paid £650 per mask in the first place. Now, naturally, the media ignore the real stuff that they could call out the government on to complain about them cutting the aid budget, despite it being one of the only things they have done recently that people would actually support. This is obviously no surprise to me. If the media say something, as I've said before, then you know the general public feels the complete opposite. And it is also no surprise to me because I know those in the media, Labour Party and even the Tory Party have friends who benefit from these aid budgets. Why do you think we have seen former Prime Ministers come out trying to intervene? Likely because they promise some people a constant cash flow or are making it themselves and don't want it to dry up. I would bet most, if not all involved at Westminster are neck deep in some dodgy shit here and there. It's easy to justify when it's the taxpayers' money, remember. But like I said, the usual suspects cried like babies claiming the world would end because we cut this aid budget, causing those on Twitter at least to get absolutely ratioed. This will no doubt continue and there will be plenty of salt to mine as the government actually appears to be standing firm on it. My only issue, as I said, is that they did not cut it completely because remember, thanks to them, the country is right in the shit. So sending anything abroad is just lunacy and a slap in the face to everyone here. Now, in my opinion, they also need to scrap HS2, stop wasting our money on this test and trace lunacy, furloughs and all that crap. Open the country up and get on with life. But they won't do that, of course, because they have an agenda and do not answer to us, the British people. But at least they are funneling a bit less of our money overseas now. Small victories, I guess.
There is a pattern consistent throughout history of oppressed people turning on the oppressors. Slaves against their owners, the peasantry against the feudal barons, colonies, Mr. Verhofstadt, against their empires. And that is why Britain is leaving. And it doesn't matter which language you use, we are going and we are glad to be going. We're off.